Welcome to my channel, the Dinosaur Egg Rescue, the adventure. 4 kids exploring a vast cave system accidentally activate an ancient mechanism that transports them back to the Late Cretaceous period, 76 million years ago. Their mission: deliver a recently unearthed dinosaur egg back to its nest before a landslide buries it. But the biggest challenge is staying alive. As soon as our heroes step out of the cave and into the prehistoric wilderness, they understand there's no turning back. This is it. There's no way they can be rescued now. They're going to have to survive here, at least long enough to return the egg to its nest. And while they've got plenty of supplies, food and water aren't among them. That means they'll need to learn the lay of the land, including what's safe to eat and what's not. Luckily, they have their wits about them and a burning desire to save the day. In order to find the nest, they must first figure out what kind of dinosaur laid this egg. In other words, what dinosaur are they looking for? Using the egg's size and shape, along with some clues from the fossil record, they correctly guess that it's a type of herbivorous duck dinosaur called a hadrosaur. Now they need to get to one of those nests before the landslide completely covers it. And speaking of hungry predators, if the kids are spotted by a hungry carnivore, they won't stand a chance. Our heroes are pretty sure they've seen these kinds of dinosaurs in movies, but how will they fare against real-life versions? Well, that depends on their ability to understand this ecosystem. First, they need to get their bearings by identifying the plants around them. Some may be useful as camouflage, and others might lead them to water or food. But it's very important to remember that not all plants are created equal. Some are poisonous and could make them sick, while others are so unfamiliar they could do anything from make you fall asleep to put you into a coma. So our heroes will have to tread carefully until they can learn which plants are safe. Luckily, they've got the egg to help them. After all, it wasn't just any ordinary egg. It came from a baby dinosaur who relied on its parents for protection. If our explorers can track down plants similar to the ones described in fossils from the same time and place, they should be able to avoid the ones that would harm them. And if they follow the trail left by the egg, it should lead them right to the nest. Following a series of winding paths, they eventually reach a clearing where they hear the unmistakable roar of a nearby Tyrannosaurus rex. Being spotted by a T-Rex is probably a death sentence, so our heroes need to move fast to escape its powerful jaws. But instead of running blindly, they stop and listen, trying to determine the dinosaur's exact location. The ground beneath their feet is solid rock, so they can probably run across that clearing in less time than the T. Rex can spot them, but not every creature our heroes encounter is so easy to fool. While hiding near a stream, they become the target of a sneaky predator known as a dromaeosaur. These dinosaurs, also known as raptors, are famous for their intelligence, cunning, and ruthlessness. With their keen eyesight and lightning-fast reflexes, they can spot prey from far away and swiftly pounce before it can react. As soon as they see the kids, the raptors close in for the attack. Our heroes have already learned that these dinosaurs hunt by working together, communicating through a series of shrieks and gestures. So when the attack comes, they know exactly what to do. With the help of a large bush, they split up, confusing the raptors and making it hard for them to coordinate. Without their teamwork, the predators are easily scared off. As their journey continues, our heroes realize that despite being small, the raptors had excellent hunting skills. Their keen eyesight allowed them to spot prey from great distances, while their agility and speed enabled them to quickly pounce on their victims. However, their smaller size meant they needed to rely on strategies like herding prey and using tools to capture larger animals. By understanding their weaknesses, our heroes have managed to outsmart them. And speaking of smarts, it's time for another round of Dino Detectives. What does this fossil tell us about the kind of world the dinosaurs lived in? Well, let's take a closer look. Whoa! This fossil is huge. I bet it was a meat eater. You're probably right. Look how big these teeth are. No way a plant eater could chomp down like that. You're right again. And check out how tall this dino was. There's no way it was a small animal. It must have been a gigantic monster. Not so fast. Size isn't everything. In order to figure out what this dinosaur was, we need to look at its legs. See, dinosaurs are divided into two groups depending on what kind of animal they were. Herbivores, or plant eaters, tend to have shorter, thicker legs. Carnivores, or meat eaters, usually have longer, thinner legs. These adaptations help us identify this dinosaur as a carnivore. So although it was huge, that doesn't mean it was a T-Rex. It could have been a lesser-known predator like a megalodon or a giganotosaurus. We'll never know for sure because these bones come from different types of dinos. But if we only knew that this dino was a carnivore, then we'd be missing out on something really cool. You see, scientists don't always agree on how to classify dinosaurs. Take the T-Rex, for example. One scientist might call it a carnivore, while another might call it a theropod. This is because scientists like to categorize dinosaurs based on their characteristics. So even though this dino is a carnivore, that doesn't mean it belongs in the same group as the T-Rex. It could have belonged to a completely different group altogether. And this is where things get really interesting. You see, not all carnivores are created equal. Some may be better hunters than others. Some may prefer to chase down prey, while others may stalk their victims. Some may hunt alone, while others work in packs. All of these behaviors can be used to help us better understand the world the dinosaurs lived in. As our heroes continue their adventure, they stumble upon an ancient watering hole, a vital source of water in the harsh environment of the Cretaceous. Dinosaurs from miles around would gather here to drink, making it a hub of activity and a prime spot for predators to ambush their prey. The watering hole was also home to a variety of aquatic creatures, such as fish and crocodiles, providing a rich source of protein for the dinosaurs. As the kids approach the watering hole, they hear a loud splash followed by the sound of heavy footsteps. Out of the corner of their eye, they see a massive shape moving through the tall grasses. It's a sauropod, one of the largest animals that ever lived. Its long neck stretches high above the trees as it uses its sharp tongue to strip leaves from the tallest plants. As the sauropod takes a long drink from the water, our heroes can get a good look at its enormous size and power. The sauropod's massive body is supported by 4 sturdy legs, each ending in a large foot that looks like a giant's thumb. Its tail is long and whip-like, and its head is small compared to its body. Despite its size, the sauropod is surprisingly agile and graceful. It moves with a surprising ease, considering its massive bulk. The kids notice something strange about the sauropod's behavior. It seems to be in pain. Its legs are bent at odd angles, and it's making strange noises. The kids realize that the sauropod has been injured. Perhaps a predator attacked it or it stepped on a hidden trap. Whatever happened, it's clear that the sauropod is in trouble. Our heroes know that they need to do something to help the sauropod. If they don't, it could bleed to death. But how can they help an animal that's so much bigger than them? They try to calm it down, but nothing seems to work. The sauropod is too scared and in too much pain to listen. Just when the kids think they've done all they can, they notice something else. The sauropod's leg is caught in a patch of thorny bushes. It's clear that the thorns are digging into the animal's skin, causing it even more pain. The kids know that they need to free the sauropod's leg from the thorns as quickly as possible. If they don't, the animal could bleed to death. Using all their strength, the kids manage to pull the sauropod's leg free from the thorns. The animal lets out a loud roar, but this time it sounds grateful. The kids watch as the sauropod slowly gets to its feet and limps away into the forest. The powerful idea. At the end of their adventure, our heroes return the dinosaur egg to its nest and witness the hatching of a baby hadrosaur. They learn that dinosaurs weren't just monsters, but animals that cared for their young and lived in complex ecosystems. They understand the importance of empathy and responsibility, and the impact their actions have on the world around them. And they'll never forget their incredible journey back in time. That's all for now, Dino detectives. Keep using your powers of observation and those brain cells to learn all about the amazing world that surrounds you. I know you'll do great things.